When we get back into power, I want to have all of the people who were affected by ICE and everything get to round them all up and put them in the cages that they were putting them in. I would like to see anybody who identifies as MAGA or talks in support of them or has any of that merch get fired from their jobs. I would like to see our Democrat president refer to MAGA as the enemy of the people or the enemy within. You know, send the military in and just really clean that trash up for us. I just want to see them put into cages, stacked on top of one another. We could just call it Trump Tower. Now, MAGA, does that sound terrifying to you? Does that sound like something you might not enjoy? And if the answer is no, then why are you cheering it on when it happens to other people? See, a lot of the racism that we have in this country right now stems from the fact that we did not punish the South properly after the Civil War. And that's how we ended up with things like Jim Crow segregation, prison camps, sundown towns, the KKK. Reconstruction after the war was a disaster. A lot of people got pardoned. It was just kind of like, okay, you're Americans again. Here you go. Just don't start another war, please. We don't want to deal with that again. Then the South was like, okay, we won't start any more wars, but we're still going to be horrible racists. And they were like, okay, you do you. We can't ever let anything like that ever happen again. People need to be held accountable for their actions. There needs to be consequences. And yeah, a lot of the people who are being unfairly treated now are going to need some sort of reparations. And right-wingers, I know you hate that word, but if you'd stop victimizing people, then we wouldn't need to give them reparations. Oh, that's another thing. After the Civil War, you know who got the reparations? Not the slaves, but the slave owners. They ended up losing a lot of their workers, so they ended up losing a lot of money. Who's going to help them with this? Oh, the government, apparently. Not this time. This time the victims should get the reparations and the bad guys should get the prison. There needs to immediately be a special counsel appointed to go after and investigate all of Trump's cabinet members. And this would not be a case of just arresting your political opponents. This would be going after people who committed crimes against humanity. Speaking of which, if certain other world leaders are ever on U.S. ground again, they should be arrested for those crimes against humanity also. And I think we all know who I'm talking about when I say certain world leaders. Unfortunately, the guy who's the absolute worst seems to be on his way out, so he's probably never going to see any real consequences. And even if he did, he wouldn't really understand what's going on because the dementia's taking over. But anyway, to the people on the right, I'm just wondering, golden rule here, would you be interested in getting treated the way that you have been treating other people the last 10 years? Just curious.